Alright guys, today's video is going to be about heavy cruisers. Now, if there's going to be one controversial video, it'll probably be this one, as well as DD's. Um, yeah, pretty much this is going to be a weird section because I'm not super familiar with heavy cruiser guns. I just use straight guns because I have 3 of them. So I'll do my best to give you guys a proper review on these. It won't be probably accurate 100%, but I'll go with what I know about these guns and try to give you guys the best pick on them. Honestly, for the most part, it doesn't matter too much because you're probably gonna see very similar damages. It won't be like super extraordinary, so we're just gonna run with it. All right, it's not gonna be like detrimental like battleship guns where using this gun does way more damage than this gun. No, most of them are pretty much gonna be the same thing. So whatever. Anyways, let's get into this video. We'll be starting off with close these real quick. The triple 203 the 8-inch 55 MK15 SHS from the Gear Lab. So once again, we're doing primarily gold gear and up for this video. I'll probably see like one purple gear, but that's pretty much it. Otherwise, though, we're doing pretty much the gold gear. So once again, this is the upgraded Baltimore gun. Now this is the Baltimore gun right here from Gear Labs. Added about a year ago or something like that, so that is quite interesting. Let's go ahead and write that down, and hopefully I don't butcher the copy paste here. Probably am, but hopefully not. Right, so let's get into the guns. So for heavy cruisers, they work pretty much similar to every other ship in this game. You check the 5 stats as usual: damage, fire rate, spread, well, kind of, the coefficient, and the ammo typing, just like every other gun. So if you want to see a spray pattern, this is the spray pattern of the Baltimore gun. It is pretty good. So this right here is still one of the best heavy cruiser guns to this very day. It has very high mods. This is way better than the Roon gun by all means, and it's just about short of the recent I think it was Blue Shirt's gun or whatever, Blue Hearst gun that we got from an event, but there's only one of those. So otherwise, if you guys need heavy cruiser guns, this is definitely the way to go. 51 times 6 spread, shoots in patterns of 3, which is very nice. 7.62 seconds is not bad for reload. It's on the slower end, but not super slow. It's just right in the middle. It is a solid gun. So most of the good heavy cruisers in this game, not all of them, but some of them, they have ammo swapping. What this means is no matter what ammo you're using, it's gonna swap between like heavy or not heavy, high explosives and AP rounds. So you're not gonna get a consistent damage output on some of these ships like Baltimore and Roon because they'll be swapping around a lot. That being said, though, it's still a really good gun. It's just those kind of ships, you're gonna get a weird amount of damages around them because they swap every now and then. That being said, though, still a good gun. Now, campaign-wise, this gun, I would probably give it like a B, maybe a B minus. Again, heavy cruisers for the most part just sit there and tank. There are large cruisers as well too, but heavy cruisers can also tank as well too, especially if you're an early game player. So having them around is not actually that bad. I give it a solid B, maybe B minus, but I'll give it a B for now. Bossing wise, it is definitely not a bad option for bosses. It is still one of the best guns in the game as of right now. We are giving it we'll give it a B plus. We'll give it a B plus. Oh, I screwed up already? Oh, thank God. Okay, B plus. We'll give it a B plus for the Baltimore gun. Farming, just like any other map, it's pretty much like campaign. Heavy cruisers, you're gonna probably need a few of them for your farming maps or whatever, depending on what you're doing. It's definitely pretty good in the later stage of the game, so we'll give it a B. And Operation Siren, still a very good gun. You're gonna need it if you don't have Drake guns, so we'll give it a B plus. So across the board, as you guys can see, we'll hit the assign button here, and across the board, just like that, all B's. All B's, probably a couple B pluses. It is still a very good gun. Gear Labs is quite expensive to make as well too. I think it costs like circuit boards or something, so might be kind of expensive, but still one of the best heavy cruiser guns in the game by far for AP. Now, if you're doing swap ammo swap, still okay gun there by all means. So next gun is gonna be the 22203mm BLMK9 Prototype. I believe there's a gear. Yeah, it's a Gear Lab gun. The prototype threw me off. That was a PR gun for a second, but it's not. Anyways, though, this gun here is 45 firepower, 49 times 6 on the damage, 7.91 per second on the volley, 22 angle spread, 100 coefficients, 118, and HE is 135, 95, and 70. So, by all means, this gun isn't like terrible. It really isn't. I believe it's better than the St. Louis gun, which I'll talk about in a bit. But the issue with this gun is that it's pretty slow, and there is a better option for high explosive guns if you want just pure high explosive out there. But I don't think it's like the worst gun out there. It's definitely pretty good. Anything in sprays of 3 is pretty solid to me, even though it has a pretty slow reload compared to some of the other heavy cruiser guns. It's not that bad, I'd say. It's not that bad. So, in terms of grading it, let me go ahead and do that real quick. So campaign wise, I'd say is a solid gun. Sprays of 3 is pretty good. It's pretty slow, but it's still fine. I give it a solid B. Yeah, B is okay. High explosive means it pretty much deals with all the mobs, so you don't have to worry about that. Has a nice wide range as well too to hit in pairs of 2s. So hits once, hits twice. There you go. So bossing, again, there's not that many bosses in this game that's weak against light armor. There are a couple bosses, but like not like super hard ones. So that being said, it's probably not the best one, so I'll probably give it a B minus because it's HE. Farming wise, I can definitely see this gun being pretty good for farming. Definitely. Again, it's slow, but not like the worst out there. I give it a B plus for farming. I think it's solid there. And as for OS, again, light armor is like kind of whatever there. There's way better guns out there for OS as well too, which is end game content. We'll give it a B minus. So this gun, to me personally, if I press this right, okay. Hopefully, is the line still? Oh, there it goes again. All right, I gotta fix that, like for real. Wait, no. Actually, no. I can undo that, and then we just hit clear. Whatever, I screwed that up. Well, I gotta fix that. But again, compared to the previous gun, it's about the same. It's just this was AP, this was HE. I give AP HE based on the stuff that you do, like mob contents HE, boss contents usually AP, stuff like that. And to me, end game content is more important. So this gun is gonna be a little bit higher because this gun's pretty much for farming and stuff like that. Now I butcher this. That's gonna be embarrassing. Why is it underlined? Oh, that's probably why. Get rid of that. I don't know how I'm gonna put that back in, but whatever. Anyways, I gotta fix that. I suck at that still. Like I click assign, but I hit clear, and it's gone, dude. It's gone. Whatever, doesn't matter. Anyways, though, the next gun we have as of right now is gonna be the 22203mm MLE 1934 Prototype, the St. Louis gun. So this gun right here is one of the oldest heavy cruiser guns in the game. By all means, it was one of the best back then for HE stuff. Nowadays it's like kind of whatever. So there is that. Let's pull this up real quick. Spray pattern. Here it is right here. It's singles, drops in 3s. It's kind of whatever, but it's not bad. It fires really fast as well too. So this gun right here is pretty much an all-out assault gun. There is a better gun out there compared to this one, I'd say. But if you want to use this gun, you're primarily doing it for all-out assaults. Personally, I don't think it's worth it. But if you want to do all-out assault builds, it's definitely the gun to choose for. It has really, really high coefficients, really tight aim as well too, fast, and has solid ammo typing modifiers. So not bad on this department. It's just the spray is just in singles, which is kind of whatever. So campaign-wise, definitely not a terrible gun. You probably won't get that much value of it, but it's not terrible. Bossing, I don't think it's one of the best bossing guns out there. I think there's definitely better options. I give it a C+. I'm not a big fan of this gun for bossing in particular. Definitely better options out there. This one I give it a B, and OS I also give it a C+. Primarily this gun is fast, it hits pretty nice, but I'm not a fan of single shells because there is a chance that it can miss, and if you miss one of these, it's like, well, there goes all the damage, right? It does fire really fast though, but To me, if it comes to like bossing content, you need more than just speed. It's good. Speed is good for mob clearing, but bossing is like you need a little bit more shells to come out of these things. So that is how I see that gun. If I can hit that and I copy this over, boom, oops. And this is why we should copy and paste, because stuff like that. So compared to the previous guns, now it's underlined. I hate it. It's not as high as the other one, I'd say. Definitely Gear Labs, I say, is a little bit better. But this one gun is definitely not that bad though. It's, if you have it, you can still use it, but it's not like the worst out there, I'd say. Roon gun. So this right here used to be one of the best before Baltimore's gun took over. Definitely still an okay gun to use this very day. I still use it if I'm not using Drake guns, but that's like never, because I have enough Drake guns. But definitely this gun is not that bad. It is pretty much a Baltimore's gun without the extra modifiers on heavy armor. If you guys can tell right here, when I scroll back up to Baltimore, the Baltimore has 10 more modifiers on heavy compared to the Roon gun. So I give the edge a little bit over to the Baltimore's gun, but this gun right here is definitely not that bad either. It's very, very close in damage, so it is definitely not the worst. It's very, very close. I would give it the exact same ratings because there's not that many heavy armor bosses in the game aside from the Hermit. That's difficult, so you can definitely ignore that. We'll give it the same rating as the previous Baltimore gun, which is the B, B plus, and the B. So B, B plus, the B, and the B plus right here. So assign that. Sorry, once again I butchered the sheet. I gotta fix that, dude. I'm also sleepy as well too, so it's like I apologize. I apologize there. So same rating as the Baltimore's gun, just 10 modifiers less on the heavy armor. If you guys had to pick one, definitely pick the Baltimore's gun, but for the most part though, it's like very negligible for most of the content in the game. It's very, very close in terms of damage. Right, the next gun. Finally, we have some proper guns right here. The triple 234mm BL 9.2 inch MK12 prototype, the Drake gun right here. Finally, we got some good food. This is the gun I use on pretty much everything, guys. If you have this gun, it's basically the best in slot. It goes into every single scenario, light, medium, and heavy armor. It doesn't matter. This gun goes pretty much everywhere because this gun really, really is that good. Spray pattern is like this, as you guys see right here. Again, it is normal ammo, but it's fine. We look at the modifiers. The modifiers are the most important part right here. Now, there are some ships out there that needs like HE or AP rounds or whatever, and those can probably work with better, other guns better. But for the most part, Drake, if you have a Drake gun, this pretty much goes on every single heavy cruiser you have available. Pretty much all of them. I can't think of one where one prefers something else over Drake. For the most part, you want to have this gun right here. So to me, this gun is a beast. 65 firepower, 54 damage times 6 in patterns of 3, 7.85 second per reload, which is a little bit slow, but it's still fine at high damage all around. 115 to 136 coefficients, and the ammo typing is 115, 115, and 95. Very, very high. So I got nothing else to say. This is definitely the best in slot of best in slots when it comes to heavy cruiser guns by far. Fits into every scenario. I give it A's across the board. I got nothing wrong to say about this gun. It's very, very good. If you have it, just slot it in. This is why I have 3 of them. Just slot it in and don't worry about this gun anymore for heavy cruisers. So let's go ahead and put that in as right here. Wow, that is, let's not do that because I just ruined the Excel spreadsheet for me. Okay, now it's trolling right here. Dude, why is it like this? It's always this one too. Okay, Calibri 11. I bet it's gonna like bump it down too. Never mind, we're good. Okay, now it's like all the way on the other side. I don't know why. Why is it wrap text? Anyways, okay. Next one we have here is heavy. These are large cruisers. Right, this is a prototype gun, I believe, from Core Data and Gear Labs as well too. The Twin 203. Let me remove this real quick. Clear. 203 third year type, number 3 prototype. 45 firepower, 48 damage times 4 in pairs of 2s, I believe. Yep. 5.92 per second on volley. 12 aim, 110 to 130 coefficients, and the ammo typing is 135, 95, and 70 across the board. So for the longest time, like this gun right here, I'm pretty sure St. Louis gun just beats this gun, and St. Louis isn't even the best gun. So for the most part, I think the biggest thing is lacking right now is like damage, because the thing is, the gun I'm talking about after this one probably, or like later on, which is like this gun right here, is basically does what this one does, but a lot better, because it has 4 more damage, and yeah, it's like it has 4 more damage. It's like way better. So this gun right here isn't the worst, but for 800 core datas, it's definitely not worth it, especially on heavy cruisers where the 800 core data is negligible. Now it is in gear labs as well too, but I'll probably make the Baltimore gun way more than HE guns, because for the most part, again, HE guns on heavy cruisers, you don't need it as much as AP, even though some of them have ammo swap. So again, HE heavy cruiser guns are like kind of whatever for the most part. We definitely skip on that. Get out of here. But yeah, you skip on that. So we go here. Oh, by the way, guys, I know like the HE modifiers are pretty good on some of the heavy cruiser guns. Over the Drake gun. Personally, though, like if truth be told, I'm not like that sold on it. I just use Drake gun for everything. Someone can do the math. I'm pretty sure the HE guns are fine for HE targets compared to Drake gun, but again, I'd rather just go with the full damage and the 65 firepower for the most part. But it's up to you guys. It's not that light armor anyway, so I would just roll with it. Anyway, so campaign, this guy is definitely not that bad. I give it a B minus. I don't think it's the worst, but it's not the best by all means. There's way better options out there. Bossing, probably a C plus. Farming again, B minus. Not D minus, B minus. Operation Siren, probably C plus. I give it an okay rating because it's not the worst. It can definitely perform, but like it's not like as good as the other heavy cruiser guns in the same category as it. So we'll just ignore that for now. Again, a lot of these heavy cruiser guns are like very close in terms of performance. So I'm probably off on some of these, but personally, just toss in Drake gun if you have it. Just go with that. That's why if I were to like TLDR this video, if you have Drake guns, just use it. Honestly. Right, finally, I think this is the best HE gun in the game as of right now. The Twin 203mm MLE 1931. This is, I believe, the that one Italian heavy cruiser allergies. Yeah, allergies gun right here. 45 firepower, 52 times 4 on the damage, 6.13 seconds per volley, 110 to 130 on the coefficients, and the same ammo typing as any other HE stuff. So the difference between this one and this one right here is that yes, this one does do less damage than this one, but this one's much faster, so it means more all-out assault procs. Personally, though, I think this one's just way better because you're trading 0.2 seconds for 4 less damage on the shells. I just go with this one, honestly, for the most part. It has pretty much the same spray pattern as the previous gun right here, which is this. But I think this is just like slightly better. This one is like not the worst though, but I think this one's just slightly better. So in terms of performance though, again, these are HE guns, so I'm not like the biggest of fans when it comes to these guns, but we'll give this a B. Bossing, again, probably like a B. I'll probably give it B's across the board, honestly. I don't think it's like the best when it comes to HE, but actually no, I think OS, yeah, I think OS gives it B plus because there's different ammo typing there, and some heavy cruisers are like all over the place. So what do I give the ratings for farming? Yeah, I think that's the rating I'll probably give it. HE. Yeah, I think I'd probably give it something rating like this. I don't think it's like that, like the best, but I like this one way more than this gun right here. So we'll just go with that. Hopefully I get this right. Alright, how much more do we have left? There are a couple left. I think I did want to talk about this one for a bit. This one right here is easy farmable one that any users can get to. It's 25 firepower, 46 times 4, 6.17 per volley, 110 to 114 coefficients, and the same HE stuff. So This one right here is pretty much a budget version of this gun. But I will say this one's much easier to obtain because it's pretty much from just farmables and gear labs. And this one costs either core data or gear lab mats, which you're better off using on making other gear. So I give it about the same rating as this gun. Again, this gun isn't the worst, so this gun also isn't the worst either. It definitely is suitable for most free-to-play players because you can farm this one and get from like gear boxes, and it's HE. So it's like I give it the same rating as the that previous gun we talked about. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. What's it called again? The Twin 203. So same rating. What was it? What I give the ratings for again? It was this one, right? 3rd year. So B minus, C plus, B minus, C plus. Yeah, I'll probably give it the same thing as well too. Like these guns are really close, guys. I don't think like any of them are like abnormally like advantageous compared to the previous one. Like maybe like Drake's gun, but again, it's just HG or AP for the most part, and some heavy cruisers have like ammo swapping, so you can't really like determine like this one's like way better or whatever. I give it the same rating as the if I can sign it, as the other gun right here. So same time anyways, or same type. It's this 3rd year or whatever. Oh my god, please. It's always this like one bracket. It's like all over the place. Dude, take that away. Font 11 and Calibri. All right, perfect. Well, that's underlined, but whatever. Okay, well, everything is going to pop up right now. Right, so what's left over is we have these couple guns right here. So this one right here is the Italian one. This came from those Italian events. Pola and Zara uses this gun. 45 firepower, 43 times 8 on the damage, 8.85 or 8.58 per second on the reload, 110, 130 on the coefficients, and this ammo sap, which is 65, 125, and 65. So this gun is pretty slow, and it shoots in waves of 2s 4 times, so you get 8 total. I'm actually not a big fan of this gun. I think it's like very weird. It has really good medium armor, so like it's good medium armor stuff, but the reload is so slow. You don't get much all-out assaults from these things, and the damage is pretty low as well too for 8 shells. I'm actually not. I think this is like one of the worst guns. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of this one at all. It's just too slow, and damage is like too bonkers, and the spray pattern is like kind of weird too, but I guess something will hit, right? So accuracy and whatnot. So campaign, definitely not a good gun because it's only for one ammo typing. You want a mixture of light armor and medium armor when it comes to campaign content. So I can't really give it a good one right there. Bossing, I don't think it's like the worst bossing gun. I'll give it like a B minus, but there's definitely better options out there. Farming, I give it a C. Yeah, I give it a C because similar campaign, you need medium armor as well too, but when you're farming stuff, you're pretty much running like other things as well too. Well, I guess that works for campaign as well. You know what? I'll give it a C in campaign. We'll give both C and C to campaign and farming. OS, no, there's just way better options out there for OS. By all means, you can definitely run something better because you need a mix of everything. Not a fan of this gun. It's too weird. I think you can use it on like Zara or whatever because they have like a buff maybe. Let me check. They might have a buff for using this gun. Increase the HG. Increase main gun. Yeah, kind of, yeah. I personally just don't like this gun though. But that's just me. Alright, this one right here, the Twin 203mm SKC 34, one of the earliest tier 3 heavy cruiser guns in the game we've gotten. Yeah, this one is one of the earliest one. This is definitely outdated by far. 45 firepower, 50 times 6 on the damage in terms of 3s, right? Yep. Actually, 1, 2. It shoots 3 sets of 2s. Ooh, that's actually kind of whatever, honestly. I haven't used this gun forever, by the way. That's why I forgot. 7.65 seconds per volley. 110 to 130 on coefficients, and ammo typing is 75, 110, and 75. So this gun right here, again, I used it years ago, but it's definitely outdated. If it was 2 sets of 3s, that's actually not that bad, but 3 sets of 2s is kind of a weird number. It's like a little bit worse than this gun right here. Personally, it is usable, but there's just so many better options out there compared to this gun. I feel can't really give it a good rating, honestly. Like, it is farmable if you need one, but it's just like not that great. I give it a C. Bossing will give it a B minus probably. Actually, what I give the other gun? C plus, right? No, what I give the other gun? I'll give it a B minus. Yeah, I think I give it a B minus as well too. Farming C, and then OS, way better options out there, giving it a C minus. I'm just not a big fan of this gun, honestly. You can definitely make better ones, especially like Baltimore's gun or whatever. Definitely better options out there compared to this one. However, we have the successor right here, the Twin MM SKC, the improved version from the previous events. So this one right here is eons better than this one right here. So it does shoot in patterns of 3 right here. So 1, 2, 3. It does do significant more damage. It's the same rate of fire speed, same coefficients. However, it's just slightly more on the mods right here. Medium is 5 more and AP is 5 more. So I consider this the second best gun as of right now when it comes to heavy cruisers, because it's just higher damage across the board, a little bit more coefficients. It's basically on par with the Baltimore's gun. Now, personally, I did about neck and neck, but I like this one just more than the Baltimore's gun because it has higher coefficients for when I need it. So I just like this one just way more because of coefficients. Otherwise, it's pretty similar. The only difference is that this is 2 times 3 versus 3 times 2. I think this is a little bit more accurate, but this one has just better modifiers across the board, except heavy. So I'd say I give it the exact same rating as Baltimore's gun, but I personally like this gun a little bit more. So let me go ahead and edit that in real quick. So same score as the Baltimore's gun, I feel, which is B, B plus, B plus, B, and B plus. That's how I feel about this gun. It's my bad. Assign, and then we do the SKC improved. Right, and lastly, the Twin 234 mm BL 9.2 inch MK12 prototype, the Cheshire gun from PR3. So this is another normal ammo gun, 45 firepower, 54 times 4 in sets of 2 out of 2, 6.17 seconds per volley, 115, 236 on coefficients, 115, 110, and 190 on ammo type, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So it works very similar compared to the Drake gun, by all means. And I think the Drake gun is like absolutely phenomenal when it comes to like most of the content in the game. But there are some stuff that's lacking. Like it has 5 less modifiers on medium armor. It doesn't have 2 sets of 3. It has 2 sets of 2. So that's one of the biggest issues with this gun. It's a bit faster by like, actually not a bit. It's like a lot faster, 1.5 seconds. But it has, again, 4 shells in waves instead of 6, so that's where it falls off. Personally, though, I don't think this gun is bad. I think some people use it on like Cheshire or whatever because it's really good on Cheshire. There are scenarios where I think this gun is just really good compared to the other options we have available, like the Baltimore's gun and stuff like that. Let me just check Cheshire real quick. I think she has some skill that uses this gun or whatever. But personally, though, I don't think this gun is like that bad. Well, I don't see it, so I don't think it's that bad. I definitely do think you can use this for like pretty much mob content or whatever. It's solid for HE stuff, solid for medium. It's a mix of everything, so definitely a really good mob gun because it covers both areas like pretty well. So in terms of this gun, I give it this right here. So when it comes to mob content, or campaign, you definitely give it a B plus. I kind of want to give it the A, but again, it's 4 ammo or 4 shells of 6, so It's a little bit lacking there in damage, so I give it a B plus though because it has really good modifiers on medium and light armor. Bossing, I don't think it's like the best. There's definitely like the AP guns are definitely better, so I'll give this as like a B, maybe B minus, but I will give it a B because I'm feeling generous. Farming, same as campaign, we'll give it a B plus because you want those high modifiers on light and medium armor. And as for Operator Siren, I think it's fair in B plus territory. It's a really solid gun by all means. Definitely can hang with the big boys in Operator Siren by far. So that's how I feel about that one right there. So once again, this is the chart for the guns in for heavy. So as you can see, there's like a lot of these guns. They're very similar. I didn't give any D's because if I give one D, pretty much all of them are going to be hitting some kind of D's. It's not like an insurmountable amount of difference. I think for the most part, most of these guns, especially the top maybe 5 or 6 of them, have very similar damage. Like it'll probably be like 5% off at best, but they're very similar in damage. Drake gun obviously is really good because it has like high damage, firepower, and coefficients, and like just really good mods across the board. But even then, I don't think any of these other guns are like super far behind when it comes to Drake's gun. I personally experimented with plus 10 guns before on heavy cruisers. They aren't that far off from Drake's gun, so it's very close for most of these guns. If you pick any of the top HG or AP guns, you really can't go wrong. It'll be very close on damage, and you'll be okay. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and split up the guns again for HG and AP. I think this is a fair one to do because there's just ammo all over the place. There's also a Cheshire and Drake gun, or actually yeah, yeah. I'll do HG, AP, and normal. I guess. Actually no. No, I'll do light enemies, medium armor enemies, and heavy armor enemies. I think that's a way better to look at. So here's how I see it. Here's the chart. Again, they're all very close. So if I screw up somewhere, please feel free to say something about it. But for the most part, I feel most heavy cruiser guns are just very similar in DPS. If you have Drake guns, just slap those on. Just be done with it, honestly. Otherwise, just get like any of the top guns and just chill with it, honestly. I don't think it's worth min-maxing that hard on heavy cruisers until you get like a Drake gun. Then plus 13 and you're good to go for like the end of the game. And that's how I see it. So that's pretty much it for this video. Again, everything is very similar, as you can see from the chart here. So that's how I feel about heavy cruiser guns. Very similar, stuff like that. That's the end of this video, guys. Hope you all enjoy it. Questions and comments, feel free to leave them in the video below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.